Hi, I'm Jo from Jo's Paradise of Colour. In today's video, I am sharing a how to spin beachy themed hand spun yarn. I will be spinning it with some shell beads that I found in the stash diving video. I also will be adding 2 Japanese drop beads as well, 2 colors. Prepping the beads will take a little while. Normally it takes me about a week to put the beads, do the beads, but I'm going to probably take maybe 2 days to do this because I have another spin to do next week. I will be making little strips, really thin strips of this cashmere silk, and then I will be putting the beads onto these. I'll be putting them into this. Make sure if you're doing bead work, you have a tray to put them all in as you go. Otherwise, you'll lose it everywhere. Normally I have a bigger tray, but it's been used at the moment. So that will be probably that size, but per strip. I've not used the shell beads before, but I did think they were quite beautiful. They've got a little bit of metal wire, a bit of wire. Yeah, you see that? See how tiny they are? I'm going to add them to the yarn. I'm going to pan you down so you can see what I'm doing down here. You want to get yourself one of these. It's a Flegel beater. A Flegel beater. Kind of a little beading hook. It is very, very small. There's going to be an 8-ply, which is not too bad because then it's going to show all the pretty colours easier and better. Ah, lost it. It's a lot easier to grab onto fibre that's a bit thinner. There's a bit better. A better weight. hold them on there. And then you just work on one at a time. Pull that through. This is the beads I've done so far. I don't think I'm going to do any more of those ones. I can always do more if I run out and I feel like it needs more later. They're actually light turquoise. Almost is a teal, like teal aqua. And then you just pull that through like so. I will be spinning this up on my Ashford Super Jumbo electric spinning wheel. I will be spinning it with the pedal, and I've decided to do a thick and thin yarn with puffs of white cashmere silk with the rolags. I will also be adding different types of beads to this yarn as well. So I'm looking at having long thin sections with the puffs, which will turn into beehive in the third part, and I will be adding more of the teal glass drop beads than the rest, and the others will be randomly selected throughout. I've got more of these pretty ones than all of them. There's like 3 times the amount of them to what I did with the gold. So yeah, let's get into it. So I split them in the middle so it's easier to draft. I'm going to spin this up to be about an 8 ply for the thin section, and then I'll put the puffs randomly, or try and make it as even as possible, but with long long thin sections. So you tie it on to your lead, like so. Put your foot down on the pedal and then turn it on, and then adjust it to what you're comfortable at. You want it to you want it to twist freely. You want it to twist, and then you don't want it to pull out of your hand. I'm going to spin it to roughly this weight. This is not going to be a single ply, so I'm going to turn this up a bit. So it's comfortable. That is much nicer. Twist. I'm going to add a bead. You place this fibre over the top of the other one. This is this is a heavy bead, so it may, when you start your spinning and then you spin it onto there like so, and then it's fastened like so. I'm going to put in a puff. So I'm going to actually split these. I've only just broken them up. I'm going to split these in half because I want a fat puff. You join that. And then pull it towards you and make a puff and pull it off. Then you join that and you continue. I'm going to add another bead, and I'll probably go a turquoise one. Like so. Quite easy to add the beads. I'm going to do another puff, join it on, and you join your rolag back onto where the puff was, and you continue. You add another bead, like so. Add another puff. Add it back on, join it, and continue. So you probably see a pattern here. I'm going to put a bead and then a puff and then a bead and then a puff and so forth until all the beads are gone. and all the rolags are gone. You may notice that I actually keep spinning with these ones because I'm working on an electric spinning wheel instead of the normal spinning wheel, and the reason being is the yarn on here will unravel a lot easier than it is on the other one, so I keep it spinning when I'm making my puffs. But it is a lot more balanced too. A much better balanced yarn at the end of it. I'm going to continue. This is going to take a couple hours. I've only gotten halfway, and this is day 2. So I will start back up when I am ready to ply it. Thank you if you have stayed until now. See you soon. This is so pretty, and it's so soft. And the beads all go really nicely together. Anyway, I will be plying this up now. In this ball I got 166 grams. I've sold this yarn already, so the buyer has asked me to ply it with some white mulberry silk, or white silk. I've got this one. It's not very shiny. It's almost like linen, that one. Or this is a lot softer. Or I've got nappy silk. So this is a lot softer, and it's not as thin as the other one. But it's got a lot of naps on it. So yeah, might be nice for texture. I will need to put my socks on because it gets really hard on the feet. On my wheel pedals. That's why I wanted to make wheel pedals to sell, covers, which hopefully I'll be able to design my own this year as well. I've got a few projects I want to get done. I've been wanting to do for a very long time. Bought all the equipment for it. Never got around to do it. But yeah. I'm just thinking of things I can sell as merchandise when I get to 2,000 and monetized, I'll be making a lot of my merchandise myself, and then there will be all useful things for spinners and other crafters. Yeah, I have plans to make my own aprons with my logo embroidered onto them. They will be all made with Australian flora prints and fauna prints. Fauna is our animals and flora is our native plants. You pull it out so it's like this, and then it goes on like a slub, puffy slub. When you get to the end, you push it up and form a beehive or a shell, and then you get rid of the excess, and with this plying thread you push it up so it's like that, and twist it and then pull it down. So you're twisting the single so the plying thread wraps around a couple layers of the twist down the bottom to fasten it in place, and then you continue. And again, pull it out, wrap it around, pull it up gently, like so. Pull this plying thread up, twist the single that way, up that way, so the plying thread wraps around the bottom, and then you continue. Keep an eye on your tension, because you do want it tight, but you don't want it too tight or it rips out of your hand. And again, up, wrap it, and down. Welcome back. This is me sharing the end results of this yarn. I hope you really enjoyed watching me spin this one. It's actually so pretty, and it is so squishy soft. It is so soft. Huge skein, massive. So I think the buyer is really going to love her yarn once she gets it. But this is so beautiful. So thank you very much for joining me in tonight's video. If you enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. Hit the black notification bell if you would like to see all my videos. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.